Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the Global Academy. Today, we are discussing one of the most important political decisions in modern European history. A decision that changed Britain's economy, diplomacy, trade, and global identity. Our topic is Britain after Brexit, stronger, weaker on the world stage. This subject remains important because Brexit did not affect the United Kingdom. It also influenced Europe, the United States, global market, immigration debate, and international politics across the world. Before we begin, like the video, subscribe to the Global Academy and tell us in the comments where are you listening from and whether you believe Brexit was the right decision for Britain's future. When British voters went to the poll in 2016, many people believed they were participating in one of the most historic votes in modern British history. The United Kingdom decided to leave the European Union after more than 40 years of political and economic partnership with Europe. The official exit happened in 2020, but the debate surrounding Brexit never truly ended. Some people celebrated the result as a victory for sovereignty and democratic independence, while others feared that Britain was walking away from one of the world's largest economic and political unions. Even today, politicians, economists, and ordinary citizens continue asking the same question. Did Brexit make Britain stronger or did it weaken Britain's position in the modern world? What made Britain so powerful and emotional was the fact that Britain already held a major position in international politics before leaving the European Union. Britain was one of the largest economies in Europe, one of NATO's strongest military powers, and a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. London served one of the world's most influential financial centers, attracting investment and business from every continent. Britain also maintained close relationships with the United States, Commonwealth countries, and major global institutions. Because of this influence, the Brexit vote shocked many governments and financial markets around the world. People realized that if a country like Britain could reject deeper globalization, the global politics itself was beginning to change. Supporters of Brexit believed Britain needed to regain control over its own law, borders, immigration policy, and trade agreement. Many voters felt that too much political power had shifted from London to Brussels over the years. Others argued that Britain could become more competitive and flexible outside European Union regulations and bureaucracy. Immigration became one of the most sensitive parts of the debate because many citizens believed Britain should independently control because some people feared Britain was slowly losing its sovereignty. Many citizens believe Britain should control who enters and works inside the country. Right? National identity also played an important role because some people feared Britain was slowly losing its sovereignty inside an increasingly integrated Europe. For Brexit supporters, leaving the European Union represented independence, democratic control, and the chance to build a stronger national future. However, millions of people strongly oppose Brexit because they fear serious economic and diplomatic consequences. Critics warn that leaving the European Union could reduce trade, damage businesses, weaken investment, and create uncertainty for financial markets. Okay? Others worried that Britain would lose influence in Europe while still being affected by European political and economical development from outside the Union. Some analysts fear that Brexit could increase divisions inside the United Kingdom itself, especially in Scotland and Northern Ireland, where many citizens supported remaining in the European Union. Right? There were also concerns that Britain alone might struggle to negotiate trade agreement as effectively as a large economic bloc like the European Union. These fears transformed Brexit into one of the most divisive political debates in modern British history. The world also changed dramatically after Britain officially left the European Union in 2020. Europe experienced a major security crisis after Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine, forcing government to rethink defense strategy, energy security, and military cooperation. At the same time, tensions between the United States and China increased over trade, technology, artificial intelligence, semiconductors, and global influence. Energy prices rose sharply in many countries. Inflation created economic pressure, and global supply chains became increasingly unstable. Okay, after several international crises, Britain is now trying to redefine its position in a world that looks very different from the one many voters imagined during the Brexit referendum. This makes the Brexit strong even more important and complicated today. Another important part of this discussion is Britain's changing relationship with Europe and other major powers after Brexit. Britain remains close to European Union countries through NATO and security cooperation, but political and economic tensions still appear during trade negotiations and border discussions. Right? British leaders also promoted the idea of global Britain, hoping the country could strengthen relationship with the United States, India, Australia, Japan, and fast-growing Asian economy outside Europe. Britain joined new trade agreement and expanded its strategic focus toward the Indo-Pacific region. However, critics continue asking whether Britain truly gained freedom and flexibility, or whether it simply exchanged one set of economic challenges for another in a rapidly changing and highly competitive international system. Right? Modern global influence is also changing because power today depends on much more than military strength alone. Artificial intelligence, technology, industry, cyber security, digital finance, scientific innovation, and energy systems are becoming central part of international competition. Right? Britain wants to remain one of the world's leading countries in finance, higher education, scientific research, and advanced technology. Yet competition is becoming more intense as the United States, China, the European Union, and rising Asian economies investing massive resources into future industries. Brexit supporters argued that independence would help Britain adapt faster and create new economic opportunities, while critics believe leaving Europe could reduce Britain's long-term competitiveness in a deeply interconnected global economy driven by technology and innovation. Right? Brexit also revealed deep social and political division inside British society. Right? Younger voters generally supported remaining in the European Union, while older generation were more likely to support leaving it. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching.